Welcome back to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we're looking at homegrown businesses close up. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, and here on financialnewsandtalk.com with Urban Miyars and the lovely and talented Andrea Kay.
Oh, keep talking. Thank you.
Great. Well, let's bring our next guest in. We have David Morris from Pixel Business Systems.
Hey, Barry. How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about Pixel Business Systems.
So we are a web design development and hosting company here based out of Escondido, California, so just north of San Diego. And we basically do everything for website design, development, and online marketing.
Okay. Well, what does that involve? How do you get involved? It used to be in the website business. You'd develop a website, you'd have a brochure up there, and that was about the end of it.
Right.
So
now,
what's changed?
People are using their websites for a lot more than just an online brochure now. So you're able to interact with your customers. You're able to put up a lot more interactive pieces on the web, which really help give you the ability to get a reacher. A little bit reacher deep into your marketing with your customers.
Uh-huh. Great. And, in the digital marketing industry, it's a pretty popular industry for people to get into. What makes you different than everybody else?
So the way that we approach website design is definitely different than a lot of companies nowadays. A lot of companies nowadays are just, putting together a template and slapping your logo on there, and there you go. And the way we approach it is more of a traditional artistic approach. So we'll actually take your company's, more of the mindset of the way that you run your company and try to illustrate that within the website. So we'll actually we have traditional artists that will hand sketch your design and put it together as a art piece, or as really depending on what you're trying to accomplish, but it's specifically designed for your organization.
So in other words, you don't have a lot of cookie cutter templates. I can't get on the website and pick for this one or that one.
No, we actually get a lot of those requests, and we turn them down. There are a lot of places out there. You see the commercials all the time where people are saying, "Oh, you just put your website together, and there you go," and pretty cheap, but you get what you pay for.
True. Well, so what I get out of your firm is you can help make a small firm look like a big firm.
Not only look like, but also act like. We have a lot of tools in terms of e-commerce and order fulfillment and inventory control and everything else within our ERP that we actually developed in-house called Proteus, that actually allows a company to basically interact with not only with their customers, but with their own employees and their consultants and their vendors like a large company does. So they're not wasting a lot of time writing things down on a piece of paper or using 4 or 5 different pieces of software to try to run their business.
So this isn't like just putting a website up and asking somebody to get on Twitter or Facebook, what have you. This is something where you can use this website to interact with CRM platforms, everything.
Absolutely. So our ERP actually has a CRM component to it as well.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what the ERP is.
Yeah. So ERP basically it's called Proteus, and basically a lot of people don't really know what the term ERP really stands for or what it does.
Thank you for explaining, because I don't.
Yeah. Basically, the way I explain it is it's a software to let you, basically one piece of software to run your business, and you don't need an accounting software and a CRM and a mailing software and an e-commerce platform. You don't need all those different separate programs when you can just have one. And we actually the way that a lot of companies do this is usually traditionally has been set aside for large companies. So because of the initial cost that's associated with developing this program. And the way we've done it is we actually do it where there is no setup fee, and it's just a simple monthly fee.
Great.
So that helps people know exactly what their costs are going to be.
Exactly.
How well does that help them to have that fixed cost?
Well, without having any sort of idea of what you're going to be spending, how do you know where to put your money in terms of marketing or anything else? So, a lot of times, and really in terms of Proteus, it is it doesn't just allow for just the fixed cost, but allows for the reduction of the initial cost. So, a lot of times, people are literally spending $1 million to set up ERPs.
Wow.
So
You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450 and financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-hosts, Andrea Kay and Urban Miars. And our guest is David Morris from Pixel Business Systems. So, well, I'll tell you what intrigues me is I've been self-employed for almost 30 years now. And when a former partner of mine brought in back in, I think it was 1992, 91, 92, and he brought in and says, I got this great program. It's called PackRat. Okay, you may know it because I think it started in Escondido.
Okay.
It takes you way back in history here,
Right.
but anyway,
I think
PackRat.
David was in junior high back then or something.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he was playing Pac-Man back
yeah,
then.
what does that say about me? But we
I'm
don't go there.
teasing you, Bert.
So anyway, PackRat was soon replaced by Act, and I've been dealing with Act for many years.
Sure.
Having a good CRM platform, tie in online, get it anywhere. How does how have you developed your own CRM platform?
Absolutely, yeah. The Proteus has been developed all 100% in-house by
Right.
us, and with that, the big advantage of not only having an integrated CRM, but an online CRM is a big thing. So I think Act actually has a web component now as well, but then, for a long time it was just desktop only. So in order to get onto your contacts, you actually had to be in front of your desktop. And the one thing we actually just have completed is the ability to sync your Proteus contacts, so for your CRM, along with your phone. So your appointment calendar, your phone, your contacts. So when someone's calling you on your cell phone, you can actually see it from the Proteus data, who it actually is and all that information.
Watch out what you wish for. You might just get it. My cell phone's got about 6,000 records
Oh,
on it.
no.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is like the Jetsons,
Yeah.
come to life, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, because the other thing we actually are working on right now is integration with voice over IP. So when someone calls through, so voice over IP is becoming extremely big, especially for businesses with multiple locations and offsite employees and stuff like that, where you can have people in multiple locations with under the same phone number, and you can just have different extensions. You can have people overseas. We actually have our new data center in Hong Kong. We have a couple employees over there where we can just 3-digit dial them right on the right on the phone.
So it's like they're just in San Diego County.
Exactly,
Basically.
yeah.
How does all this, I love that you've got all of these different components in your software and your ERP. What does that mean on a daily basis for a business? How does it help them? Boil it down for me.
Time savings. So
Okay.
basically, a lot of times, and usually what I'll do is I'll ask people, first, how many different programs are you using, and how much time does it take to transfer information between one program and another? And a lot of times it comes down to 1 to 2 hours a day. And if you're calculating your time worth on a daily basis, 1 to 2 hours is a lot, especially for a business owner, especially if you're a small business.
Yeah.
That can equate to $200 to $300 a week at least. And what we do is we're able to integrate all these different platforms together into into Proteus, and give people a lot of time savings so that they can spend it on other things.
Yeah, well, you're right. That's certainly one way, Barry, like you said, for
Yeah.
a small business owner to act like a big business owner.
Yeah, you have to
A lot-
look that way and act that way.
Yeah, a lot of small businesses have been around 10, 20 years and still have the original software program. Maybe even go back to CPM. I don't know how. Was that 20 years ago, 25 years ago? Would they be able to integrate their database management and all to your system?
Yeah, the biggest challenge of getting data into our system is not getting it in; it's getting out of the old program. But we have those the technology to be able to get that generally out of any program and into our system. So it really depends on how old the system is and what it's in. But I've been doing this for a very long time. I actually started Pixel 16 years ago, and it's one of those things that newer developers are a lot of times scared of older technology because they just don't know how to do it. And I grew up when back in the day where you couldn't just Google a programming question and get an answer. You had to figure it out. So we have, and my senior developer as well, he's actually a little older than I am, and he's been doing this for a little longer than I have. And both of us, combined in terms of our, technology knowledge it goes well beyond most traditional companies now.
Okay. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Uh-oh.
All right,
Here
ready?
comes Urban.
Technology is moving so quickly. They say it doubles every 18 months or whatever. Where do you see it going right now?
It's smaller. So I mean, the crazy thing. Well, it went smaller, and now it's getting a little bit bigger in terms of devices. But everything's getting smaller. I mean, my cell phone does way more than any computer did even 8 years ago. So and then I know that Samsung has the new watch that just is a Bluetooth connector between your phone. A lot of times it's I think in the next 10 years we might see some integration into for disabled individuals. I think I just saw something today where they have a new robotic the most advanced prosthetic arm ever made just came out not that long ago. So
that's what a lot of people don't realize. Products that originally were for the disabled.
Right.
Now everybody's using from OCR, optic scanning, and all of that. Now it's everybody's using that stuff.
Absolutely. Well, there's great traditional. A lot of times, I mean, people don't really think about where the technology comes from, but being able to fund and being able to explore those different things that'll help people right now will also help people in the future as well.
Very good.
Great. Well, we're running a little short on time, so tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
So the main company is Pixel, Pixeled, and you can go to pixel.com. And we actually just launched our new website. Cobbler shoes usually have, cobbler's kids have no shoes. We actually just launched our new website about 6 months ago. And, the phone number is 877-PIXELed, or 877-749-3533. And Proteus's website is Proteus ERP. So it's Proteus ERP.
Great. Well, David, thanks for being with us. We are out of time. I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Urban Miars of the Disabled Business Persons Association and Financial News and Talks.com's very own Andrea Kay. We've had a lot of fun with our guests this week. I want to thank them as well, David Morris and Stephen Hosmer, as well as Shannon and Amanda from Canoodle It. It's been a great show. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.